Welcome back to Rock and Rattle Retreat. A little bit different today. We've been working on this one for quite a while. And there's stuff that I didn't actually video because it's been a long time in the making. So here's a flyover of the property. If you haven't been with us before, we are building our retirement home up on this mountain. The dead trees down there are probably from the spongy moths that overtook us last year. And this spring killed a lot of the oak trees. Now the good thing is if I can get to them, they'll be firewood. Some of these I can't actually get to. Okay, the house is coming up. We've been building on this thing for like 3 years. Well, digging to start with. You can see videos of that in playlist. Okay, so these flat rocks have been sitting here in the back of the shed for probably 2 years. We've been saving them. We got some other rocks we're saving too, but we're not sure which one of these we need, so I'm going to try to take both of them. And of course I'm using the tractor and the grapple. The problem is trying to grapple these two. I thought it'd be an easy thing to do, just pull up underneath them, put the grapple top down, just pinch them, and off we go. No. They are slippery little devils. They just don't want to go. Now in the end they do go, just not the way I thought they'd go. Almost. No. That top piece really does great for brush. Rock's a little slippery. I only got one. Let's get it to where it needs to go. Okay, there's the shed. And there's the house. Now we're going over here in front of the mud room, which is next to the big car garage. The generator is running right now. It is charging the batteries because we don't have solar panels up yet. That is coming. But there's number one rock. Come on, get off of there. You know, it takes a terrible thing to get it on there, and then it's terrible to get it off. Alrighty, that's a 1. And there's the other side of the house, the other garage. Alright, Let's get this other rock. Show you from the side. That's what I thought would happen with both of them, but it didn't do it. It did for this one, though. And off we go again. Alrighty. Now let's not hit the siding. Push to a grapple, try to get it back in there. Not too bad. Not great. Probably should have just left it. Okay. And of course I just can't leave it, so let's see if we can push it around. So the wife is always like, you might do something. Like, yeah, I might. But I was trying to move it away from the generator, not into it, so it wouldn't have toppled. I'm just trying to get it over a little further. And then she's trying to direct. Alright, now for the other prep work. Been storing this back here for a few years now.
Do you want some help?
When we got it, it was at the shed at home in another state. And then I got busy at some point in time and cleaned it up. Got rid of some of the rot on the wood and repainted it. Now it's in pieces. Trying to remember how it goes together. Anybody figure out what it is? Write in the comments what you think it is. One more big piece. Well, there's a lot of little pieces that go on it, but there's one big piece left. And that's back there somewhere.
This is behind my chair.
And it is heavy. Trying to get it out of there without having to pick it up. Okay. Got your guesses in? Figured it out yet? Yep, it's round. It's a wheel.
Okay.
It goes there. But I'm not ready for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta figure out how to get it in there. But before you do that, some things have to be done, like, yeah, should tighten up the bolts, put a few screws in, make sure it won't fall apart when I put it on there, and I gotta get the rest of the pieces. Oh, there's a little tray of screws and bearings. Couple of what they would call pillow block bearings.
Well, suppose you took pictures of when you took it apart.
And some arms to go on it
Why would I do that?
to make it move. Who's figured it out?
That's smarter
You
than
got any
that.
other pieces over there?
And if I did,
I was just hoping I found them all.
Probably on some place you can't get to.
Because it's been sitting around for a few years. Okay. Ooh. Alright. I don't know why they call them pillow block. But this is the bearing it rides on. And there's actually no bearings in it at the moment. You have to put the bearings in through that little hole. And you have to get them in there and wiggle it around so they find the groove that it's supposed to ride in. So it's wiggle it around, put a bearing in, wiggle it around, put a bearing in, until we get all the bearings that I have in it. I'm not going to guarantee that there's not a few that are missing, but that's all I got, and we're not going to actually use this hardly at all. It's for show.
we'll grease it later.
Alright, little screw goes on the top. Now that won't come off because the bearings are in there seated.
Once we get it in place, we'll just pull the thing off and shove
So
it
yeah, the
down
bearings had to go in through there and then they cap it in. Alright, before we put it on, let's put a couple screws in here, these support legs. I mean, this was fun taking it apart and cleaning it up, and just was not making videos back then. And they used old screws because this is an old piece of equipment. And I love it, those hinges down there are from a door. Alright, and then tighten up this bolt a bit more. And here we go. This heavy thing. Got to go up and between. Get a better idea of what it is. So we picked this up at her grandparents a long time ago. And they are no longer around. And put a couple screws in here to hold it down. And these are going in the original holes. And then, gotta figure this out. This piece goes in that little, I think it's a fence staple, but it goes there and then onto the wheel itself, and then it'll get tightened down onto that hub. And I got one more to go. Pretty much the same thing. That piece goes down in there. And then this has got to go opposite that one. So get it lined up. Or should I say queued up, so I can put this one on down. The other one's now up. treadle pedals. I bet some people still don't know what this is. Okay, one more little rod to go. This one goes up here, and it's supposed to hold a tin can with water in it, with a hole in it bottom. So you'd have a little water dripping down on this wheel. You'd sit on that little seat there, and then start pedaling. Though I think it goes the other way. There we go. Goes away from you. That way you can get your knife, your axe, or whatever you need to sharpen on there and start sharpening. And the water will drip on there to cool it off. And that little piece up there keeps it so that you don't get a wet crotch. And then you just start sharpening. Alrighty, got it done. Well,
Too late. All done.
now's the time we gotta go put it somewhere.
I heard you working it.
Now that it's all together, it's heavy. So, next day, gonna take the hand truck and tip it up there. And off we go. Yeah, it's a long ways over to the house, onto that side where the mudroom is. Little alcove. Okay. So there's our rocks. I'll take this and put it in here somewhere. See which rock it fits better on. Figuring out which one it should be going on. I'll turn it sideways. Which way? Which way? So it's better on that rock out there. The other one's a little bit too small. So, what we're going to do is move it. So we're going to move the grinding wheel. Set the camera up here somewhere so you can see some of it. Got the forks on the tractor. Got it underneath the grinding wheel. So what we're going to do, instead of using the hand truck to move it over there, because I need that forks anyhow. And we'll put the grinding wheel into the garage for the moment. And it's just to get it out of the way. And then we're going to go pick up a rock. So that's the rock we want to keep. But we want to remove the other rock. And I'm trying to figure out how to get the forks underneath that rock without actually seeing the forks from the tractor seat. For some reason, the forks are better than the grapple for certain things. Okay, move that rock. Yeah, I'm going to put it down over here. So we can get it off the forks. Then come over here and do close to the same thing with this one. Except this one we're not going to put back. We're going to get it under. Come on, there we go. Doesn't want to go on, wants to go off. I don't understand these things. There we go. Get that rock out of here. Still got a lot of leaves around. Pick up the other rock. Oh. There we go. And I'm going to bring it over here. The wife is going to get the rake. There's the rock. There she is. Rake the leaves out. Create a nice bed to put the rock on. And yes, the generator is still running to charge the batteries. put the rock down. If the rock would actually stay where I put it, that would be helpful. But that's the way it goes. There we go. Alright, one rock in place. And of course there's minor adjustments. Okay, now we need the wheel back. Get the wheel back out of the garage. And here it comes back. Now, since I can't see the tips of the forks, I'm hoping I don't put fork holes in the siding. Another reason why I stopped a bit short there. Okay. Minor adjustments here. Up on the rock. So that is now sitting on the rock underneath the overhang there. Nice little decoration. And it's out of the weather. And most importantly, it is out of the shed. It's not taking any valuable space underneath the shed now. And there we go. And we get the wife on it. She can see if she can turn it. And there we go. Something else done off the checklist. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to keep track of us. We'll have more interesting stuff than this eventually here. It's becoming winter. And it's getting cold. So subscribe to keep track. Like it if you think it's worth it. Comment if you want to see something that I'm not showing you. And we'll catch you next time